Shamelle, thank you so much for joining us here. Edmonton Unlimited coming up with Startup Week and launch party. We were with you last year. We covered 10 companies that you guys supported then. You're doing it all over again this year with some 10 new companies. Pretty exciting stuff. Let's go back a little bit. You had also done a big rebrand to Edmonton Unlimited. How has that been and how are things going?
It has been so incredible. And actually, I realized that tomorrow is our 1-year anniversary since our rebrand. So It has officially been a year as of tomorrow, and it's just been so incredible.
Yeah.
It's been, it was well received by the community, and we're excited to have a brand that represents the limitless potential of the founders here in the city. And the year has been a whirlwind. We've gone through some major events. We've opened our new space downtown Jasper and 101 Street. We've announced some new programming, which we're very excited about. And it's just been great to support the community in a new way and provide a home for founders and entrepreneurs in Edmonton.
Absolutely. And the space is beautiful.
Yes.
It's very welcoming. It's very creative. The modern design, and you guys have a little cafe in there that people can come and hang out and converse and network, which is super awesome. What else is that space offering?
The space was designed, with flexibility in mind.
Yeah.
So, the community can access the space in many ways. One being hot desking. So we provide current and former program participants the opportunity to work in the space. There's different types of rooms they can book.
Cool.
One of the great things we've been able to do is host events, but not just our own events, but also partnered events and events that are community-led. So we've brought in everything from pitch nights to workshops and panels. And so that's been really great to see the space, busy and full of different types of entrepreneurs. And the community cafe and kitchen has been great. And that's where we host our weekly community coffee. So every Wednesday morning, we host community coffee from 9 to 11 a.m. It's free for anyone to come and drop by. They can have coffee, meet other innovation curious and like-minded people, and meet with our team. And so that's been great to see as well. And one of the really cool things about the space is the innovation gallery. So we worked really closely with local artists, Reimagine and Vignettes, and they helped design this gorgeous installation. It showcases local innovators that are tied to United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 11, which is all around cities and settlements that are inclusive, resilient, and sustainable. So they designed this really creative and artistic installation that displays these entrepreneurs, and it's actually a revolving display. So we have the opportunity to change that over time and work with them again to showcase different types of innovators. So
right on.
Lots of things happening in the space.
No kidding. Holy smokes. And then on top of all that, you guys have programs that you're promoting and supporting and offering, obviously, to entrepreneurs. Let's just kind of go through really quickly about some of those programs you guys are offering.
Yes. So we offer a variety of programs. All of our programs are free. And that's in part to funding through Alberta Innovates and the Edmonton Regional Innovation Network. And we have programs all the way from, early stage, if you got your idea on a napkin and you're not sure where to go next, all the way to, if you're a business that's ready to scale with a new innovative product. So you can access our programs both virtually and in person. One of our most popular workshops that we offer is Business Model 101. It's a free 2-hour workshop. It's available to anyone and everyone who may have a business idea or product or service, or maybe a problem that they are experiencing. And within 2 hours, you'll come away with your ideas kind of, put to paper, and you can establish clear next steps of how do I turn this into, an innovative product, or how can I, scale this? So that's really great to see and have that now offered in person in our space. We also offer expert coaching and mentorship through our other programs. And we have great partners as well. We have partnered with MNP and Edmontons as our Compass partners. So our entrepreneurs can access one-on-one coaching and mentorship through them as well in the space. So
right on.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. Well, if it's any indication, the 10 companies that we ran through here last year, hearing their stories, their experiences, and then understanding the support that you guys were providing to them, and the difference it made for them. You guys are doing an amazing job, and the initiative to help the region grow and again, just Alberta companies grow is like second to none. Like, it's awesome. So it's super great to hear those stories. We're excited to feature another 10 companies here that have gone through your guys' programs, gone through your mentorships, and been affiliated with you for the time that they've been going to get to where they are today. And this is a huge milestone, is to be able to be spotlighted at Startup Week. So let's talk a little bit about Startup Week, because it's super exciting. It's coming up here, and what do you got? What do you got in store for us?
Oh my goodness, Startup Week it's going to be so great. So this year is our 10th anniversary of Startup Week. It's crazy to believe it's been going on consecutively for a decade now. And Startup Week this year is October 10th to the 14th. And it is 5 days of workshops, events, socials, parties, all around, the spirit of entrepreneurism in the city and celebrating innovation and our startup culture. So it is community-led, which is fantastic. We've got various events hosted both at our space and out at different venues across the city, and spanning across different topics. There's everything from innovation to business, technology, women in tech, professional development, health tech. So we've got a really great lineup this year. We've also got some different types of events too. We've got one of our community hosts is hosting a foam fight. They're a local company, and they're doing a session on the importance of play. So there's lots of things. Whether you're looking to learn and meet new people in the community, or if you're just wanting to have a great time and connect with the entrepreneurs in Edmonton, there's something for everyone.
Right on. And how about Launch Party?
Launch Party is our biggest night of the year. It's on the Thursday of Startup Week, so it's October 12th. This year it's hosted at the Edmonton Convention Center in Hall C, and it's going to kick off at 6 p.m. It's a party. It is. We are celebrating the 10 hottest companies this year. We put a call out last month for entrepreneurs with innovative products to apply. We've put together, there's a deciding committee. It's headed by Alan Wayne. He's our head of startup, and also includes members from the innovation community. And they've selected these 10 companies to be part of Launch Party this year. And this year, we are offering a prize, which is very new. So in celebration of the 10th anniversary of Startup Week, we are giving one company $10,000 to accelerate their business. So that's going to be very special to, make an impact that way as well. But also it's great for these companies to launch in front of a room full of community partners, other service providers, investors, supporters. And it's almost like a coming out party for them. So it's great to see the community rally behind these 10 companies. The room's going to be full with about 700 to 800 people. So we're excited for them. It's going to be a great night, and I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It is great to see the ecosystem of entrepreneurs and support for entrepreneurs flourishing like it is, especially coming out of the pandemic. The new ways of thinking after being put through something like that, like what we did with the pandemic, and the thought processes that are coming out and the common mindsets coming together to support one another. And I always say, like, you get an idea, but then you need like 4 or 5 other people to look at it to give you a different perspective. Or it's like, I have this idea, but it just needs to be like tweaked or polished a little bit. And having that room of people, organizations like Edmonton Unlimited to be like, have you thought of it maybe this way? And it's funny, we heard those stories a lot last year with the 10 companies that came in, when they would go with their how we started.
Yes.
And then where they are today. And it's, in some cases, it was a 180, where it was like, we started over here with this idea, but then someone came along, Edmonton Unlimited or a mentor of some sort came along and said, that's a great idea, but have you thought about it being applied to something like this? And they're like, oh, man, no, we haven't. Let's go check that out. And then it took them into this, and they're like, man, we're so happy we ended up here, because had we been over there still grinding.
Oh, exactly.
Right? So these organizations like Edmonton Unlimited, bringing people like that together, bringing like-minded individuals and organizations and supporters to give that second opinion, that those little bit of we can polish this a little bit differently.
Yes.
And then that just opens up an entirely new world to, literally it opens up the world.
Oh, 100%.
Because there's other opportunities out there that, man, maybe we don't think of when we come up with these ideas.
100%. We see it all the time. Companies, they have this idea or this plan, and hey, maybe it doesn't work out, or maybe it's not for the market you expected it to be for. And so, we've seen companies pivot often, and maybe it's even changing and dropping this venture and starting a new one. So, and that's the great thing about our programs, is that they are not linear. You can always, if you need to start over on an idea, or if you need to rethink one thing or another, there's always that opportunity to, go back to the drawing board and access that coaching and resourcing. The really cool thing about our programs is that they are led by expert coaches and facilitators. A lot of our staff have been entrepreneurs themselves. Actually, our CEO, Catherine Warren, also an entrepreneur. And so they get it. They understand the challenges, the needs of founders and entrepreneurs when they're in the thick of it, in the startup journey. And so it's great to be able to have that perspective and, support businesses in Edmonton and help them succeed. Yeah.
That should be a footnote in the definition of entrepreneurs. You're going to start over. You're going to mess up. It's going to be okay. Just keep going.
Yes, 100%. And I mean, there's so much realness about the entrepreneurial journey. And that's one thing, being part of the marketing team, it's great to be able to share that side of the entrepreneurial journey and just, talk about the realness. And our founders have been very raw and vulnerable, and it's great to, celebrate the wins and celebrate the successes. But, it's great to also hear that, hey, not everything works out, and this is really hard, and I'm struggling. I don't know what to do. And, people can relate to that, and they see themselves in that. And so it's wonderful to have the opportunity to tell those stories.
And historically, entrepreneurship has been kind of a loner's journey. And it isn't anymore. And that's been changed, again, organizations and just community. And technology's brought communities together now, so it isn't a loner's journey anymore. You can actually be a part of something larger. You're still on your own path, but you've got support. And it's so funny. Everybody goes through the same thing, but we all think it's just me. It's just me going through that. And then you talk to somebody, it's like, oh, no, I do that too. Oh, really? Oh, okay, well, it's a bit different perspective. And being a part of these events too, and I like bringing these kinds of topics up. You never know who you're going to run into.
Yes.
You show up at one of these events and you're like, I'm going to go party. And then you're sitting down and you're at a cocktail table and you're having a drink. You're like, what do you do? This, that. Oh, really? That kind of falls into something similar to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Really? Well, maybe we should compare some notes. And who knows? How many times have you heard stories where something like that happens and it's the next biggest thing? It's an epiphany moment, or and that's why it's so important to attend these networking events, these organizations, because that support is there, and that thing you never knew you needed. You don't know what you don't know.
Yes.
Until you show up to one of these things You don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're so right. Like one conversation can change everything.
Absolutely.
And that's the neat thing about Startup Week is that, with it being community led, it's the community that are shaping these events, and they're bringing in, their networks and their friends and people that have, influenced their journey. And so, whether you're new to the innovation community, or maybe you've been in it for years and, it's like, oh, I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
Or I'd like to meet with this person because I heard through this person that they're helpful with this. So it's so neat, the relationship building that Startup Week fosters. And we're hoping this year, we're anticipating about over 1,000 attendees across 40 plus events. Wow. So I'm hoping that that's thousands of conversations and thousands of new relationships that are built.
Good stuff. Okay, Shamelle, thank you so much for coming in and sharing us what Edmonton Unlimited has been up to, but more importantly, what Startup Week's going to be bringing to the table here in the next couple of weeks. Super excited to be a part of it. Can't wait to be there and make some connections.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.